Dictation. That didn't even come out right. Okay, what I was trying to say is I'm sorry to have my back to you guys every once in a while. My laptop's here. I've got the computer over there, the desktop, running the camera through it. And this is just one of those spare like kids' bedrooms. Then I have another one downstairs that I use for my stock room. So I take two rooms. This is a 4-bedroom house, and it's just Steve and I and my dad. Some of you know I take care of my dad. Dad had to move in with us last year because he's starting to get dementia. It's not too bad, but he just can't live way up in the mountains by himself anymore, right? So he's got like my formal dining room or living room. I don't know what it is because we've got a family room. So now we use that as a dining room. And we gave Dad like the big front room so that we kind of turned it into like a little studio apartment. And that way he's not so isolated, like stuck in a bedroom, right? He has his own TV and bed and everything in there. And it's a nice, big, large room. That way, he still feels part of things. He can hear us running around the house talking. I didn't want to just stick him in a small little bedroom. So that's how we did that. So I took 2 of the bedrooms, one for this one and then one for storage. And then the other one is like my girly closet, because this is an older house, like the 70s, and the closets are like boy closets. Hello, they're like this big. I'm like, oh no, that's not going to work. I'm a girl. So I took a closet. So, and then the master bedroom, Steve and I split. Let me see what you guys are saying. I don't know if it counts or not. So, but I'm kind of multitasking a little bit. I need to work, so it holds me accountable. I need to get more comfortable with, doing some more live hangouts for another project I've got coming up. So I've seen you guys do it like with Chick Picker, and it looks like so much fun. So I don't know how much work you guys get done. I don't know. Every time I go in there in the side chat, I just end up chatting. But anyways, I'm just gonna leave this rolling. We'll see what happens. But Shanta, I'll try to find out when this is over and answer your question if it even counts toward hours or not. I don't really know. Maybe Chick Picker knows. She's been doing marathons, right? Y'all been doing marathons like every morning. So we'll see. Anyways, I'm just gonna do it. If I see something every once in a while, I can stop and answer if I see something, but I'm just gonna be working. Again, if anybody wants to pop in, just hit me up on IM and I'll send you the link. Okay. Yeah, Margot, a lot of people use their um, garages. Thank goodness we don't have to, because I live in Colorado. Like, it's cold, like it's snowed. Like, we've got about 3 inches of snow. So it's really nice not to have to use the garage, but I would if I had to. Before I moved in with Steve, when I first started tinkering around with eBay again, gosh, years ago, I was just single. I was in a 1-bedroom apartment, and it had like a big walk-in closet. And so I used that like for storage, and had a nice sized master. And then as I got bigger, I thought, well, I got to do something. But it was cheaper than renting something else, like a warehouse or something. It was cheaper just to upgrade to a 2-bedroom apartment. It only added like $100 extra, to my rent, and I got a 2-bedroom apartment, so a whole nother bedroom. So that's what I did for quite a few years. And then, got with my current boyfriend, fiance, and moved in with him. It's been about 6 years, I guess. And so, both our daughters are grown, so we got this whole house to ourselves. A little bit more than we need if I didn't have eBay. But since I have eBay, I'm not going to say that. It's great. All right. I wish I could hear you guys. Oh, Chick Picker, hi. I'm trying to do, like, I need some more hours. And so I thought, well, I'm going to do what chick pickers do. And that looks like so much fun. But whenever I come into yours in the morning, I end up just chatting and not getting much done. But anyways, and plus I want to get more comfortable doing things like this for some other projects. But anyways, we were talking, I think, Shanta, I hope I'm saying your name right. I've only read it. Never talked to you like this, just, online. I was saying, not sure if this even counts toward the hours that some of us need. I don't know. You might know, chick picker. Anyways, if anybody wants to come in too, just let me know and I'll shoot you over the link. Yvonne, give some wrenches just in case you get trolls. Well, trolls count as views, right? So, hey, bring it on. Whatever. No, if it gets bad and ugly, I mean, who else but us resale girls are even gonna like, I don't even know who else would even want to, I don't even know. Okay, I better get started. I didn't really think this out. Like, I can't even, I wish I could hear you guys. There needs to be an app that translates chat into voice. There might be one, right? I should look for that. If not, I should suggest that because that would be awesome. Gosh, wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't we love that? An app that translated our chats so that we could hear them instead of, how, like, okay, like Lindy, like, you guys know, Lindy's one of my favorites. I watch her all the time, but she'll do like this. Well, and there's like dead because she's reading the chat so she can answer questions. And so sometimes there'll be long times when she's just, and so, and I guess I'm going to be doing that too, right? I'm like looking at my iPad. So let me see. That would be awesome. Do a video every day, even for just an hour. Well, Valerie, is it working? Have you verified, like, with all your listing parties? Have you verified that that's working? Like, have you seen your hours go up? I don't really need that many more. No, not too many more, but I thought, at least try. The 20th is coming up pretty quick. At least try. Oh, cool. You say yes. Cool. Okay. So now go find us an app that translates chat into audio. Okay. You guys, I might talk out loud like I'm talking to myself in case for some reason somebody is watching for some reason and says, hey, what is that? And I can't see you. So every once in a while I might just talk out loud. Okay. Like the crazy cat lady. All right. Got this nice Ralph Lauren golf vest when I was up on a mother-daughter road trip. They had it priced at $6, but I got it for like $1. It was one of those small mountain towns. So what I do is when I take the tag off, I tape it to the hanger or the package that's going in my inventory because at year end we have to inventory our stock and put a dollar value to it for our taxes, right? So that's how I kind of know I need to take a Sharpie and adjust the price on that. So that's what I do. Real nice tactical golf vest. My Manny's a girl and she's about a size medium. Sometimes I'll put men's stuff on it and kind of like put these plastic bags that I have here, like here and here, to kind of like, make her look more flat chested so that I can use men's things. And sometimes I just scoot her over like I've done now. And I'm just gonna, do this real quick on some men's stuff. And on pants, unless it was something really high dollar that I felt like really needed it, I never go through all the trouble to put pants on a mannequin unless it's really high dollar. I haven't yet. Of course, I've only had my mannequin for what? When did I get her? I shared that with everybody because she was real cheap, lightweight on eBay. And then remember the first thing I did was put her on a turntable. So she turns, put her on a pedestal, and she rolls, she turns, and then I made her arms magnetic. Oh my gosh. There was no way I was going to deal with that craziness. It would have been a nightmare. I would have ended up just photographing things without arms. We ain't nobody got time for that, right? But so I made it magnetic. So if anybody cares about that, I think it's my pinned video, because to me it's the most interesting video I've ever made, you know, the most helpful. So anyways, I think I'm going to run through a couple of Ralph Laurens that I have. This is a Ralph Lauren jacket too. So wished it was purple or black label, but it's not. Anyways, I'm going to build my listing and do that. I know, just flat lay. Sometimes I do that too. I've got an extra chick picker. I've got an extra one of these backgrounds, and I'll just take a couple lights and go in on my bed and like smooth that down and just do, and you know, takes a couple of my, you know, that's what's great about these lights. They're so lightweight. I know some people complain that they tip over easy, and okay, maybe they do if you're not careful. But the trade-off is you can pick these up with one hand, you know, so sometimes I'll just go use my bed. I'm not going to do the floor because, you know, that's just, I'm sorry, that's too much. So I'll use my bed so I don't have to bend over too much and do that. I keep it behind the door there for that. That'll be like if I'm going to blow out a whole bunch at once, I'll go set that up to make it worth my while. But I agree. Yeah. My Manny is a twofer. I use her back for the mansion. I've done that too sometimes. I have. It doesn't really matter if it's just the torso, right? All right. So I know it's crazy. I've got a lot of electronic real estate. Got my laptop, my PC going with, you know, linked us up. So I'm using my laptop. I like this laptop because my desktop's getting a little older. I need to upgrade it. And I wanted the laptop anyways to do some filming on the go. And this one is one of those new, how you say, solid state instead processors, you know, instead of the I already forgot. I could have told you when I did it, but it's like super lightning fast. Like I have to be careful. It's so fast. Sometimes it'll jump to things and I'm like, I didn't want you to do that. So it's really nice. And it's one of those, it's a Dell. It's one of those you can fold over and use it like a touch screen. Like it's like a 2-in-1. Pretty cool. By the time I used my online coupons and my rebates, I think it was under $500 a few months ago. Super cool. Then I got an iPad, so I've got the chat over here on the iPad since that's behind me. I don't know what. Okay. So I'm going to work on my main store, Mile High Scene Clothing. Some of you know I re-upped another store that I kind of use for like a buying account or like, you know, to do some online arbitrage on eBay. You know, sometimes you want to use your other account just in case it goes south. So you don't have to worry about retaliation. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just saying, you know, trying to be proactive, let's say. So, but I kicked it up with my daughter when she was here for a while. And she ran through all that plush. In the last 2.5 months, she ran through a bunch of plush and things like that and brought me in an extra $1,000. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep doing hard goods because I was going to give it all away. So I'm officially going to keep it and run through the plush and the hard goods. It's #_deal, #deal. And you'll recognize because it has like my cloud background and it has my hashtag light over here. Can you guys see that? Oh, no, where am I at? Where am I at? Has my hashtag light, that thing as like the picture. So if you want to see what some of that plush was epic, like the Lion King thing for $128. Some of it was really interesting. What plush can bring. So again, #_deal. If you're interested in what plush can do, kind of shocked. actually. Most of the Epic Plush is gone. It's down to some mugs. Gosh, it's so hard for us to give up on mugs, isn't it? That was probably our gateway, mugs, right? Into the reselling because it's easy. Ah, um, but shipping is so expensive on them these days. You can't really get one out under probably, the flat. I put it in a little box, and I'll put it in a flat rate envelope. It's a little $6 or $7, unless it's lightweight, like a plastic one. But just can't give up. So ever since I found that one that sold for $50, it's just hard for me to totally give up on mugs. I'm super selective though. So anyways, it's just got some mugs and some t-shirts left and a little bit of plush. So all the good plush sold pretty quick within a couple months. So now I got to learn more about plush, how to keep finding epic plush, right? So, because that was like about a year's worth of just grabbing a piece here and there while I'm doing my clothing and kind of throwing it in a bin. And I had quite a few bins. And I was just going to give it away. I'm like, no hard goods, nothing, just clothing. But I decided not to. Hannah said she would do it. We set her up a station downstairs, and she did that for the last couple months, and I was really surprised. So, all right, I got to log in here. So I'm going to log into Mile High Scene. I already did my shipping for today. I do hard goods on the weekend and clothing during the week. Yeah, you're right, Valerie. Chick picker, sorry. Yeah, the mugs, they really got to be something. I want one of those laptops. Oh, it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool to be able to fold it over and just use it like this. And like for merch t-shirts and stuff, you can draw if you get, it's got what's that called? Hang on. Hang on, I'm gonna tell you what it's called. Okay, no, I'm not. It takes that Microsoft right pen or whatever if you want. And you can use it, like a what is it, like a Syntex pad or whatever, and draw on it. It's pretty cool. Okay. I already relisted these earlier. Add 5, not sell. Okay. Get busy, girl. This is just a piece of a t-shirt. I hang these sometimes, for when I want to hang things. So that's what I'm doing now. And put it on a better hanger. I've got a lot of different cool hangers. I just pick them up at the thrift store. The fancier ones. I think with this Ralph Lauren, I think I'll use the black matte velvet. I don't know, because sometimes it covers up the label. So let me try this one instead. Yeah, that's better. It doesn't cover up the label. And then I'll just stick it like this. I build my listings on the laptop because I think it's faster. And but I take the pictures. Okay, I build it on there, the draft, and just save it. And then I do pictures here because it's just so much quicker to do pictures on your iPhone. This is the iPhone X. And to edit them and everything right there, just for me, that's the way I like to do it. Set it to the square setting, of course, right? So it's already formatted the way eBay likes it. And if you guys know, if you tap it, that little sun comes up, and then you can adjust the exposure right now even. Careful not to get my hand in the way. If I do have to have my hand in the picture, I get these coin gloves. They're real cheap on eBay. They come in 6-pack for like, I don't know, they're like $1 a piece. And I'll put these on, like if I have to hold something, or if my hand has to be in the picture. I think that looks better. I just need to, I've got another setup over here, like for shoes and things and some hard goods. Right now I got stuff on it, because normally then I would just throw it over there to take pictures of all the labels. But since it's labels only, it's okay. I'll just put it right here real quick. It's just going to be tight shots of labels only. So it doesn't really matter what the background is, because none of it's going to be in the picture. Lint rollers, lint rollers. I think that's all. There's the pictures. I'm looking at it. Everything looks good. I don't see anything I need to go in and turn. I'm just using that, turn it. Everything looks good. I might open up Photos R Us. Let me see. Photo R Us app. And sometimes I'll make a collage. I hope this is coming through. It opens up your pictures. You pick the pictures you want, and then you build a collage. So sometimes I'll do a collage if things have a lot of features on that you kind of want to show. I don't know. eBay hasn't said no, but they haven't said, yeah, that's a great idea. They don't like pictures with borders on them, right? But I try to keep them trimmed real tight so that there's no border. And they haven't told us that we can't. So quite a few people do that. And especially like sometimes I want the label to show, so I want to take I want to put the couple angles, and then like, well, if you guys, anybody that's ever looked at my store, you know what I'm talking about. You've seen the way I do sometimes. So just, let's see if this is showing for you guys or not. I don't know. So I just picked 3. Forgive me, you guys. Let me see if I could do this. And so then, like, see, it has all these different ones you can choose. I always like this one. And see, because it has like a big picture and then little ones. So I always like that. I'm going to rearrange them a little bit though. I want to put this label. I wanted to put the label in the small one, and look, you just like our phone, you just squeeze it there and make the label bigger. So I'm probably going to use something like that for my front picture. I'm looking to see if I'm coming through or not for you guys. So that's it. Just hit click, and it's saving it to my camera roll. So when I go into eBay, it'll be there with the other pictures. Photo R Us, like Toy R Us. There are several out there. That's just the one I like. There are some commercials, because there's some kind of glitch lately where you used to be able to buy, unlock everything, and then you didn't have to put up with the ads, but for some reason it's malfunctioning. So I've already written to them. So I'm happy to put up a few ads, but they're real quick and you can close them real quick. It doesn't bother me. I think to unlock everything is about $8 or $9. There are other ones out there. That's just the one I like, but there are other ones out there. And I don't know if that's for Android. Yeah, merch is like, they throttled the invitations and they added a new element this year that I noticed. A lot of people are showing us now they want you to talk about your experience. But one person said that he even just said, hey, I'm going to buy them. I'm going to buy professionally created designs. And he got in by saying that even. So I'm not quite sure what they're looking for with that question. But when he said he answered it like that, he got in. So, yeah. Okay. I'm going to build a listing. I use templates. I have a bunch of them. If any of you haven't made templates for your eBay store, I highly recommend it. Really, all I have to do is punch in the measurement numbers. It's all already there. I always want to spell Grey, Grey, but eBay, like when you look at their drop down, they spell it Gray. So I try to remember to use what they use, to kind of fall in line, with their software and the way their search engine, works. But I think it's more elegant to spell Grey, Grey, but here's one thing some of you might have an opinion on. There's one, sometimes, okay, when it comes to things like this, I'm never quite sure whether I should put it under sporting goods, men's vest, or athletic wear, I, I'm going to go for the more broad category and just put it under vest, and hopefully my keywords will fill in the rest. Um, anyways, just something to think about. So I got a lot of keywords left on here, you know, Ralph Lauren or RLX, Ralph Lauren, golf vest, because that's officially what it is, but it's quite tactical. So I'm adding tactical. It could go for a lot of different purposes. Um, I'm not going to stretch it so far as to say hunting because it doesn't have like a lot of the leather patches, you know, the guard patches. But I think I will add photographer since I have so much left in my title, and that might help, right? I mean, I'm not going to front load it. I'm going to put it toward the back. So again, I'm using a template. Everything's in there. I just have to punch in a few measurements. I just stuck a nail in my cabinet here. This one doesn't need too many. I forgot one. That's good. Shipping. I think this might come in under a pound. I'm going to weigh it real quick. I'm not sure. It's just a tad over a pound, so I'm just going to put flat rate. Padded flat rate envelope. And I set up my business policies too, so I have all those to choose from, custom labeled, so I don't have to really, you know, go look for too much. And then the other reason that's great if you don't do it, another reason that's great is like when we had to up our postage, right? Because postage went up. All I had to do was go in and tweak some business policies, and then, you know, boom, it changed it down the line. Save and continue. So I saved it. So now it's on my phone. You can see it. Oh, I don't know what I hit it. Sorry, I already hit it. So it's on my phone as drafts. Pull it up. Add photos that I just took. I try to fill up all 12, even if I have to go back and load a same picture again and maybe just crop it to make it look different. I try to load all 12 if possible. Sometimes things are just, most of my stuff is a little more unique, but every once in a while I got a piece that's just like, it's a good bread and butter basic piece, so I'm going to go ahead and flip it real quick. But it's hard to come up with 12 pictures, even with like all the tags and everything, and like looking at it this way, turn the mannequin that way. But I try. because I think eBay sometimes you know, we don't know what's true, but I've heard a few times that most likely eBay also looks for when they're trying to pull up you know, like best search, like trying to pull up the best match items, to present the best possible face forward. You know, they kind of also will look to see maybe your listing only has one picture, mine has 6, 7, 8, 12. Mine might get bumped up, you know, because my listing technically might is probably better. Well, if you only have one picture and I got 12, yeah, I don't care, my listing's better. You know what I mean? Or vice versa. If I only have one and you have 12, okay, bam, you got me, you trumped me. Okay. I don't want to sound arrogant because I could be that way sometimes. I know. I can get kind of cocky and arrogant. Sorry. I've lived a long time, so we all know eBay's internal editor is leaves a little to be desired. You can crop it, you can turn it, that's great. But their like contrast, brightness, forget about it. Oh my gosh. It just does not work that great. All right, I think I like everything. I just moved them around kind of how I wanted them to be. I think I'm okay. I'm gonna crop this one. Some fuzz showing, so I'm gonna crop it. Okay. So I do not know who all these people are that say they could do 100 listings in a day. First of all, I'm not trying to kill myself. I want to enjoy what I'm doing. I try to be as efficient as possible, but I'll say even if I'm not just like no distractions, you know, I'm not trying to do this and talk to people or watch other people. Still, I don't think I can get down any less than like 10 minutes, you know, to build a good listing, even with my templates, even with my quick, easy picture taking. I don't know, maybe 6 minutes if it's something I really know offhand. I already know exactly what needs to be priced. Pictures were just didn't have to edit a single picture, chose not to make a collage. Maybe I can get it down to 6 minutes. I don't know. Even if I can, I don't want to do 6 minute listings all day long back to back. I just no. That doesn't sound like fun. And I think that I wish it was a large or an extra large. It's just a small, but it's a pretty generous small because it's a men's. I think I'm going to start it a little lower than I would if it was a large or an extra large. But I think I'm going to put that at about 48. That's about kind of what I had in my head, knowing my Ralph Lauren. Um, and I just kind of did a quick scan. So I think 48 is not too low, not too high. I don't want to kill the market by putting things too low. And I can always take a little best offer, which it's really a little more complicated these days to go look at best offers and find out what someone really sold something for. So, even if I sell it for a couple dollars under 48, that's okay. It still helps protect the market, because it still looks like I sold it, around this price range. But I'd say more than half of my items, I take best offer. So if you kind of look at my store to see, always knock off a little bit, see if it says best offer accepted. And sometimes I'll knock off a lot if it's been a while, or if someone gives me a good story. I know I'm a sucker for a good story. Um, but I usually talk about that, like on the reseller stew or something when we're doing our sold, or if I do a sold video, I'll try to point out the ones where I took a lot off, like, more than $10. Okay, so now it goes back on its original hanger because it has the price on it in case I don't sell it. I know, for my inventory count, you need those for tax, you need those numbers for taxes. And I've just got a rack here. I'm going to put it on. When I get a handful, I'll go run them downstairs into the stock room where I've got, racks. I've got a wall of shelf units with the bins. Then I've got clothing racks. All right, another Ralph Lauren piece. And this one, I actually washed the lining. So this is going to take me a few extra minutes to figure out how to put it back together. So pardon me, y'all. Let's see, where can I do that? I'm going to come over here. Pardon me while I get this back together. Spot clean or steam or wash a lot of my pieces because I want them to go out right. I mean, if they're horribly, I'm not even going to buy it, of course, unless it's something really high dollar. Actually, the more I look at this, I think I need to, I think I'm going to show this to Steve first and see what he thinks. Steve's a Harley guy. He wears mostly Harley. There's some events that we go to where your Harley Davidson leather jacket is not appropriate. Needs something a little more slick, right? And he does, believe it or not, even though he wears Harley t-shirts every day and black Levi's to work and Harley boots, and his hair's down to here. Believe it or not, Steve has a corporate job, really nice corporate job. It's just that he's like a financial analyst behind the scenes, so he doesn't have to deal with clients too much. Maybe on the phone conferences, but you never know. Every once in a while, he might need cleaning himself up. He has to put his hair in a ponytail, clean himself up. He might could use a nice Ralph Lauren, jacket, right? In case he needs to go somewhere with the salespeople or the owners to a special meeting. So I think I'm gonna let him look at this first. Which means as soon as I do these two men's things, I can put the Manny back and switch to women's clothing and use that. You guys are so funny. Okay. Okay, let's see here. This is vintage, and I think this hanger is okay. I think I'll just leave it right on this nice thick white hanger. I just don't like to use, the cheap little hangers that we get, like at Walmart. That hanger's okay. This is a vintage tuck line satin bomber. It's got some kind of military thing on it. So I've actually had this for a while and feel bad that I haven't listed it. Someone told me that they sold something with this emblem on it before, Operation Deep Freeze Antarctica. So it's the combination of the cool, what is it, 60s or 70s satin bomber jacket, and then the military thing, the military event signature. So it'd be better if it was embroidered. It's just silk screen, but still. It's a long tail item for sure. Have to wait for the right person that, to want that. For sure. So I'll probably put it up for like around 40 or 50. I gotta double check. This is why I haven't listed this yet. It's brand new with tags, because I know I don't want to just put it up willy-nilly, because you could leave money on the table, something like this. I need to spend a couple minutes looking up that event. Super clean inside because it is brand new. Little threads here and there, I'm just cutting off. Little threads, just snip them off. Nothing on the back, so that probably lowers the value of this a little bit. It'd be better, I'm sure, if it had stuff on the back too. I usually get about $80 for something like this, a military insignia type jacket. If it was embroidered or something, $80 and above. Still, I'm not going to leave this behind new with tags. No way. No way. It's got a tag inside I want to copy up close. The content tag. I do all tags and labels. Oh, I'm either going to have to tape this one down or get out my trusty glove. Even if I did have a nice mani, I still would use my glove. I just think it looks better. I feel like too, this gives people I don't want to say illusion, because I do take care of stuff. It gives them the opinion. I was very careful, very careful handling of her items. She puts on the white gloves. But it's not being fake. I do have very careful handling of my items. Like if I wanted to do this and make like this is part-time income, part-time side hustle. I have other things that I do. If I had to make all my money just doing eBay, I'd have to do things a little different. I'd have to be quicker. Probably have to hire some help, run through some high volume bread and butter stuff, the under 20, under 15, the high volume, quick. Yeah, I wouldn't try to if I had to make all my money this way to pay for everything, I wouldn't try to do it this more fun, casual way that I do. I have the luxury of being able to pick out items I think are kind of unique and cool, and have fun with that. I do. I'm not going to say I don't need the income. I do need the extra income. It's helpful. It's so helpful. And I don't want to lose it. I need it. I have to do something. If I didn't do this, I'd go back. I still have my massage therapist license and an esthetician license. But I shut down. I worked for a salon for years, and I shut down, my own private business, my own private studio for that. Um, and I was going to go full time into this, but then at the same time, the doctor called about dad. So, you know, I want to be able to be home more. So I had to make a decision because, like I just said, if I'm going to do this full time and to make the kind of full time money that a person might need, I feel like I would have to go. Well, I have 2 rooms, right? I might not necessarily have to rent something, but I would definitely have to hire help, or maybe something like Lindy does with someone that kind of does her pictures and makes drafts. You could not. I wouldn't want to try to do this all by myself. Um, but right now I do pretty well. So part-time, have a lot of fun with it. You guys see what I sold. All solds don't show. Know that. That's a fact. When you're looking at someone's store, all solds do not always show. But you can get a ballpark figure. I can tell you part-time based, I know about what I'm going to make by how hard I worked or didn't work. So usually somewhere between 1,500 to say 3,200, for doing this part-time, having a good time. Now that's not to say that if I don't find some kind of replenishable item, and I have that in the back of my mind, and I am getting ready to go to a merchandise mart to see if that's possible, that doesn't mean that I wouldn't kick it up a little bit, but it has to be where I'm buying something wholesale, replenishable, variation listings. You get my point, right? You guys are all resellers. I see, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, to where it's quicker and easier. And you're not going to get the merchandise. It's already coming in. It's ordered. All these things that save time, that would allow me to add that, to the mix. So I am using my license and my name, my registered name, and I'm lucky enough to live near a merchandise mart again, like I did in Dallas. Well, Denver has one too. So I will be going to the shows, and there's a bunch of wholesale stores, importers around as well. So I've been talking about that for a while, but it actually really is going to happen. And I'm going to let you guys know, how that works out, because that's like one of our holy grails for all of us, right? So I'm definitely, I may not tell you exactly who I bought from and what I'm buying, but I will tell you everything that I did around it, so that you can, work on your way to walk through that process and find something that you like, that you're passionate about. So we'll see how that goes. I've done it before because I had stores in Dallas when I was younger. Like we did that. We did big indoor flea market stores. Oh my gosh, we had 9 of them. Had full retail store, to where I would go to the Dallas merchandise mart, to the shows, and buy, it's like a big mall, and you go in the showrooms and you order. It's not liquidation. You are ordering what's coming. Some of it is like in the process of being made, or hasn't even been made until they get all their orders and know how much to make. So you're buying like up to a season or 2 ahead sometimes. So it's a little trickier when you are not brick and mortar, but it seems like the bigger online reselling is getting, the more showrooms and manufacturers, design houses are being a little more open to it. We have the double whammy of being smaller and, online. That's a big difference. And when you have 9 stores, and you can throw some big numbers at them. I may have to split wholesale orders, with a couple of people I have in mind, to meet minimums. But I've done this before, so I kind of know how it works. I'm just going to see if I can apply all of that to a smaller online reselling business. See how that goes. And then of course there's always the importers, I don't want to be unpolitically correct. foreign importers that will have stores usually set up around those areas, where they import things and sell in quantities. Sometimes they'll even break, like, sometimes they won't even make you buy a dozen. Sometimes they'll break it into half dozen packs of things. So Denver doesn't have the community Dallas does. If you live in the Dallas area, you are so fortunate. If you're not utilizing their merchandise mart, if you're not utilizing Harry Hines Boulevard, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it would probably almost be worth it for me to make runs to Harry Hines. Whew, I'm just not really wanting to scale up that big like we just discussed. Okay, picture taking. No, I already took pictures. Listing. So excuse me for a minute while I get this listed. Hi, Margaret, if you're still here. Hey, girl, I am just like, I don't know. I'm just listing. I chat a little bit. I list. I don't know. Getting my hours, you know? So let's look up this Operation Deep Freeze Antarctica. I did it once, but it's been a while. I think the last time I looked it up, all I found was like an ashtray or some patches, nothing on a jacket. And I think I remember I did Wikipedia on the, on Operation Deep Freeze just to read about what kind of military event was it? How epic was the event? One patch still left. See, this guy's got just a patch. He wants $15 for something. There's an ashtray starting at $20. Bid, buy it now, 34. No, there's not a lot on there. Now that doesn't mean anything, right? When you're talking about more unique items, it doesn't matter if there's none on there. So I will take a peek at solds too, real quick. But I think I'm just going to price this however I want to, within reason, and just wait. And someone will tell me what it's worth. It'll be that person that wants it. We'll negotiate and settle on a price. I'll learn from that person what I could get out of this jacket. So I'll probably put it. I might even start it at 80 and see where it goes. But I always do best offer. So that's how I'm going to do this. Let me look at solds real quick. I have no clue if anybody's listening, so I'm just chatting every once in a while. Yeah. Somebody just paid for something. I just got a PayPal notification. I don't know if y'all do that. Have PayPal notify you too. I do that for PayPal, for eBay, of course, because we all like the cha-ching. But more importantly, I do it for my credit card. Like, I have it set any purchase over $20. And sometimes I'm still waiting to pull my chip card back out, and it's already telling me how much I spent, just in case you lose your card or something, or somebody does something funny. If your credit card does that, I highly recommend setting phone notifications for that. Anyways, it must be something from hashtag deal, because I'm on Mile High and I don't see his notification, but somebody just paid for something. So either an offer I sent or something, and hashtag, but I'll check it in a minute. I'll finish this, then I'll go check it. I would turn on music or something, but you guys probably have your own music playing. And if I did that, I might, get a copyright thing. So Thank you, Shanta. Thank you. Okay, I'm building my title for this. I'm front loading it with military, what did I say? Military satin bomber jacket. And the reason I'm front loading it that way, and then I'm putting Operation Deep Freeze Antarctica, because somebody might just be looking for military jackets for whatever reason. I don't know, TV prop, whatever reason. Operation Deep Freeze is a little more specific, and there's not a lot going on sales wise with that. So if they, even if they put in Operation Deep Freeze, mine's going to pull up somewhere in there because there's not a lot. You get what I'm saying? So in my opinion, I think it's best to front load it with starting out, military satin bomber jacket. Um, I don't know. If somebody disagrees or has a better plan or knows something about the algorithm that I'm not getting, let me know. I didn't spell that right. Chalk line. Chalk line. Yeah. Large. Okay. Yes, if anyone wants to jump in, just IM me. I'll send you the link. I think you can also call this a baseball jacket. I think probably more so baseball jacket than bomber. Mm. Measurements. I'm pretty sure this is supposed priority, but I'm going to weigh it just in case. It might squeak under. Oh, snap, it does. 13.9. Let me double check that. I don't want to get screwed. 13.9. Okay, changing it to first class. I put priority padded flat rate, but this 13.9, I bought, here they are. Since I'm going to keep doing plush, normally I don't need anything this big because if something's, the clothing's heavy, it goes in a padded flat rate or a box. And if it's not, it just goes in the pretty colored mailers, poly mailers we all buy. But sometimes plush is lightweight enough that it's big, but it's still first class. So with my eBay coupon this order, I think these are like 15 by 20 or something. I can't remember. I bought their big bag because that way larger items can go in here. Don't have to look for a box, which might cause it to go from first class to not first class anymore. So that's what I did with these. I was thinking mainly plush, but like I might double bag this jacket and let me put this back. Double bag that jacket into one of these. It depends on where it's going. If it's going overseas, I don't know. If it's going overseas, I might put it in a box, and if it bumps it up to first class, it's not going to kill me to kick in a few dollars, especially if I sold it for a good price. Okay. But if it's just going to stay here locally, I think I can just double bag it to protect it, and it'll keep it under 16 ounces. I think so. I'm going to cover this one before I put it in. I don't like to buy a lot of white, so I can't leave this behind. So before I put it in inventory, I'm going to go ahead and bag this. I just buy clear, okay, the bread things we all buy from Walmart, right? For most clothes. And then nearby, 20 clear flat top bags. Near the bread bags we all buy. And they look like this, somewhat clear, opaque, not very expensive, and I recycle them, right? Just reuse them. Sometimes I'll cut a couple more holes in them to get good airflow. I don't have to worry too much about that. I'm in Colorado, so it's not a lot of humidity, no mold and humidity, moisture. I don't have to worry too much. But sometimes, depending on the fabric, I'll cut some more air holes. But there, you know, just to keep it nice. So, and then I'll just recycle them like you saw me get one out. So again, that is at Walmart by close to where, let me get the glare off. You know, not a couple spaces, couple steps down from where we get these bread baskets, these bread things. Wait a minute, I'm not doing this right, am I? How do you do that? I don't know. These things that we get. This is the best deal going. And at least mine here locally in Colorado are printed with the suffocation already pre-stamped. 100 of them for under $3. Most everybody does that now. I might go warm up my coffee. What time is it for coffee? 4:35 for coffee. I don't know. What if I put some rice milk and turn it into a latte so it's not too much coffee? That's okay, right? How do you explain measurements for stretchy items like the bottom of the jacket that would have some stretch to it? My template says as flat and unstretched. I wipe that out if it's an item that's not stretchy. Shanta, gosh, I hope I'm saying your name right, girl. I owned each other, but we haven't like spoke, right? I'm Yvonne. Shanta. So let me look at this again. What was the question? Okay. And okay, like what I just did on that right there, I added it was, darn it, what was it? Okay, I'll just pick a number. 18 to 20 inches. Or I'll say things like for women, I might change it and say like the waist measures flat and unstretched 16, comma, stretches to 18 comfortably. I might add things like that. If it's an item under 15 or 20, which I don't do too many of those anymore, I might not even like, might just wipe off that kind of a measurement on a jacket like that. Not on pant waist or skirt waist. So, okay. Yeah, I've heard that some people say that their bread bags they get from Walmart don't have that on there, but I don't know. I don't know if the law, I don't think the law's different state to state, but I'll show you. Or I'll show you. You see it already, right? See it? Yeah, better if I put it up against my black shirt. Yeah. But these most shirts and things fit so nicely right in here, right? Oh my gosh. And then I have a secret. I dumpster dive, but not for inventory. There's a couple places I do dumpster dive. I've never told anybody on YouTube. It's down here. There's a chain store that is just up the street in a strip mall. And I go on Friday because they're gearing up for the weekend. When they get everything in, they take all the plastic off, their wholesale orders, they switch all the hangers. So I don't have any up here. Here's one. So I get big trash bags of these kind of hangers for free, plastic hangers, some of them like clear commercial hangers. Some of them will still have the rubber grips on them too. And all the plastic bags that they pull off of the clothing. So I've got 3 bags out in my garage right now and 1 under here. And so that's where I get my bigger bags for free. And most all of them have suffocation labels on too. If they rip them too much or if they're too small, I use them as filler padding. But usually they're a pretty decent size. So, And I'm always kind of surprised by the hangers because it's not a real high-end store either. The high-end stores do not like you getting in their dumpsters, and they make it a little harder. This isn't a high-end store either. I'm not going to say it on YouTube, but you know, I'll speak of it in IM or something. Because it's a great resource, and they should be recycling these. Come on now, just bags and bags. So yeah, that's where I get all my hangers and other kinds. So that's where I get bigger bags, and I'm pointing down here because it comes in a big trash bag, kind of like that Walmart trash bag, more commercial, industrial. You've seen how big those are, bigger than 30 gallons, I think. And then I just put it in this big box down here with other shipping things, you know, that I throw down here, like pieces of styrofoam Steve brings me home from work. All of these are good to protect mug handles, high heel shoes, whatever. I scrunch all your tape rollers, save all those. I don't even know why I'm saying this. Y'all are professional resellers, and I bet you already do that. So, you know, some Birch boxes, some Ipsy boxes, anything that looks like it would be helpful is down there. And then in my closet, you know, some boxes. There's a closet behind here. Kind of rod thing, so I can pull it back, because why take up another wall? Just I took the closet doors off and put that there. See, there's a big closet here. Some inventory, my boxes down here, my IKEA bags, you know, my priority UPS free boxes, and then there's a little nook and cranny back here, because it goes over my stairwell. So there's some kind of weird cranny that I've never seen in a closet before, but that's where I have like an assortment of, you know, unusual size boxes, you know, like that I saved or whatever, or picked up when I was at Walmart on stocking day, or Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree's real good about small boxes, you guys know that. So, and over here are fancy hangers, some really pretty, you know, assortment of fancy hangers, some things for flat lays, just this silver dish with some abalone. I love this. I got it at the thrift store for like $1. You know what this is? It's like Home Depot, like that tile you put on your wall. It's real popular, put in your kitchen, right? But see, look, isn't this pretty? That's showing up. It's bronze and silver, like not painted. Some of it's glass, some of it's like metal, like matted, let's say, that brushed silver. So makes a real pretty flat lay item. And that piece there is, you know, nobody uses these anymore. Okay, you know, stereo stand with the glass door, you know, you hit it and it's magnetized and it would like pop open. I just took the glass door off. I got it at the thrift store. I just took the glass. Skinny. I'm a tall girl, so it's nice to have it tall. So I just took the glass off and utilize it for hard goods shooting here. And then, you know, there's storage space, my fancy hangers and props. This thing over here, again, I'm a tall girl. This thing here is some kind of, I'm going to show y'all. I think I am going to. Let me see. I don't know how to do it. Okay. This thing here is tall. It comes up to my hips, okay? It's some, okay, this is just a board that Steve got me to put on it. It's some kind of thing for basketball or softball. I don't know. So you always see them. See, it's got this thing too, and it's got some shelves under there. It's like grid. You always see them at the thrift store. I think they're for basketball. I'm not sure. But it was like, I don't know, $20. And see, it's tall. And then Steve just went to Home Depot and got a board to put on top of it. I think it's you put bats or rackets and the balls, maybe. But if you ever see one of those weird contraptions, walk over to it and take another peek at it and think, that looks like a great shipping station like Yvonne has. Especially if you're tall, okay? If you're tall. And so that's why I've got a stool, because this thing is tall. All my stuff is. All right, back to work. Yeah, I know, because the old stereo cabinets, because you could pick them up for nothing, right? Just take the glass off. It's probably behind it. Let me stand over by it, see if you guys can. Let me see. Yeah, okay. See, comes up to here on me. And this thing over here comes up to here on me. So I'm not really bending over, like on a table or a desk, because I'm tall. All right, let me get something listed here. What was I doing? Oh, okay, that bummer. Oh my gosh. Okay. I know, Shanta, I know. Like, I've really tried to figure out how to maximize space in this room, because this is my shipping, my photography, my computer, all that's over there, filing cabinet. I do have what is that, about a 32-inch TV too, on a slim bookcase in this corner. So this room has a window, which is great, but unfortunately there's half a wall gone to waste. So that's why I thought it was a great idea to take out the closet doors and use that as my photography. I can get behind it. Anyways, let me do this real quick. Yeah, Eric, I'm ergonomic. You have to be, right? Oh my gosh. Corporate world headquarters and daycare center. Okay. Well, I call mine base camp, but yours is funny. I think I want to go in and make a collage for that real quick, like I showed you guys earlier for that military bomber. I think I'm going to go make a collage real quick. I want to show up close the new with tags and the insignia. So again, I'm using Photo RS. I'll show you guys. We'll do it together. I think we can. I'm not sure. Let's see if we can do this together. I got to be able to see the. Okay, so Photo RS. Okay, so I got to look too. So I'm going to take this picture, this one, and that one. You can take, you can do like 6 or 8. I don't know what the max is. I think 6 or 8, but I usually just do 3 for eBay. See, there's all these different, oh, sorry. Hang on. Let me get the non-glare. You scroll through these, there's all these different like arrangements, templates. But my favorite for 3 is usually this. All right, that's fine. Try not to have too much border. I hope you guys can see this. I don't know if there's a way to set the border too. Wait a minute, I want to get this where you guys can see it. Hang on. Anyway, see how this is changing that? Try not to have too much border, because see, I think that's when eBay will get mad at us. And it's just curving the edges. See how it curved the edges? I think that's when eBay gets mad at us. They don't want borders. So I think the reason they haven't harassed us over these collages is because, anyways, just save it. So it's saved to my picture roll now. I know. There's a window. I know, wasted wall space. But thank goodness, because look how much time we spend up in here. So, and I'm on the second floor. So luckily, like, okay, I'm in Colorado, right by the Air Force Academy and at the foot of Pikes Peak. And so luckily with my neighbors, this is a older neighborhood again, lots of trees, well treed, right? But thank goodness, I'm a little bit higher, and my neighbors behind me, they're big, huge trees. At least there's one chunk where I can see right to Pikes Peak. So nice. I'd show you guys, but the sun's coming this way. Let me see. Oh yeah, the sun's coming over the mountain. Like you can't see it. If it was before noon, because that's west. If it was before noon, I could show you how I can see Pikes Peak. So in that respect, I do enjoy being able to see some nature, right? Because sometimes, we go on a listing binge and or whatever. Who knows how long we might stay in our eBay room. All right, let's see. All right, let's get that finished. Add photos, photo library. If anyone is not listing with a phone, with the app, oh my gosh, I highly recommend trying it. Yeah, I noticed that in your videos. I noticed that you kind of just took your living room or whatever. Chick picker. I see the bins that you have stacked. It looks like a partition between your kitchen or your dining room. Hey, like I said earlier, before I moved in here with Steve, I started out years ago just in a one-bedroom apartment using my walk-in closet. And then when I got a little bigger, I I rented a two-bedroom apartment so I could have that extra bedroom to run my eBay. It only added $100 a month, to my rent, and it also actually made my living room bigger. But I thought if my eBay store can't afford to pay the extra $100, then I don't need to be doing this. Why does this keep stopping? Okay. Okay. Shut up, Todd. I told you it was a riveting expose. I'm working on my hours, so whatever. Watch your watch. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get me something to drink. Y'all talk amongst yourself. Who's that? Hi, TT. Well, okay, Todd. I got my Ipsy bag. Do you want me to open that for you and show you what makeup I got? Now I'm going to do a Ipsy opening. I'll do it later or tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Okay. What's next? I think this is not the way I had it. Yeah, it's okay. One more before I put the mannequin back. I got a pair of Lululemon leggings. What do I do with them? They need, darn it, I got some nice Lululemon leggings. Y'all don't know that symbol. Money in your pocket. I washed them, but I got a little bit of pilling. That's going to reduce the value, a little bit of pilling in this area. So I need to close shave them, so I think I'll do that later. Let's do this Scully. This is a good Western wear brand, Scully. Now, normally I would love for this to be a Western snap shirt, all epically embroidered, right? This is just a canvas vest, but the reason I got this is this is also good for the Wasteland crew, the reenactment historical crew. They'll like stuff like this to put. Depends on how do you say that when someone's really super serious? Not authentic. I can't think of it right now. Pure? It depends on how much of a purist they are on their reenactment. Some of them, because that stuff is, the reenactment repops are quite expensive. This is close enough, and some of them might opt for this to save money because it's pretty close to that look. And then just your straight up cowboys still like this. This was in all the high-end stores, like in Texas, Montana, places like that. So in my title, things like reenactment are going to go into it. I saw a lot of that kind of stuff when I can find it, and it always does well. I just sold a jacket, I think, last month. This was from an actual company that does the historical repops. So there are a few of them, and if you look at their retail prices, it's crazy. So this one won't take long. I want to switch out the hanger, of course, and put it on a better hanger. Put it on a manly hanger. This one. Oh, you guys, look at this epic. You guys know I collect different kinds of hangers, right? Look at this epic hanger. How manly is that? I'm gonna put this on now. Dang, it covers up the label, but that makes it look cool though, doesn't it? Oh my gosh. Let me see how, oh, okay, there we go. Because look how cool it looks on that hanger. Oh, you just went up. Okay, so canvas, vest. Excuse me while I work. What are you guys saying? John Wayne hanger right there. That's a pretty epic hanger, huh? I don't know what it's from. There's no name on it. It was $1.99 at the Goodwill. You guys are... Come on, Shanta. I'm gonna give you the link. Look, why would you be? You don't have to be embarrassed to jump in this one. It's all of our friends here, right? All right, pictures. Tell me, girl. I am me. I'll send it to you. I just wanted to show you guys. Okay, so I got one soft box. You can't see them. You can see part of them. There's one there, and then my big boom overhead, because I've got the blinds shut on the window. Normally, I wouldn't need the extra boom. I would just open up the window, but it's going to be dark here soon anyways. The sun is just about to go over Pikes Peak, so anyway, so that's my setup there. And my soft boxes only have one bulb in them. I didn't get the 4 and 5 because I ain't trying to run up my electric bill, right? So just one bulb. I've heard some people say it's not enough light. I don't, sorry, talk to me. I don't, oh my gosh. I don't know if it's that it's not a good enough light bulb, or this is what I put in them, or if it's because of an altitude. Like my friend Robin Pinkney Pickings, she just has the one, because I said, well, if you ain't trying to run up your lighting bill, because she's, watches her money, just get the one bulb kit. But she's in Carolina, so lower altitude. Maybe it's got something to do with altitude. I don't know. But anyways, here's a backup. I'll show you what I put in there, and they're pretty bright. Let me get this right. Hang on. Bear with me. That's not gonna work, is it? Darn it, it's not gonna focus enough. I don't think that's gonna focus enough, you guys. Okay, I'll have to read it to you. Top lighting bulb. These are only 12 volt, 45 watt, but they're like 55 to 65K on that color scale, or that white pure intensity scale. And I get them off of eBay, 2 at a time. I think they were like $11 for 2 of them. If anyone really, really, really needs to know, because they don't like their lights and they want to try this, or I just gave you a price that's better, just let me know and I'll go back through my purchase history and see who I bought them from. That might help you there. It's a brand name. Lusana. I think the LS stands for Lusana. Anyways, these are pro photography lights for our light boxes. I have to go back through because it's not like you buy them once a year. Like I bought those a year and a half ago, and haven't even only had to replace one. Where was I? Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's that. And the reason I took square instead of the umbrella ones, okay, they're silver lined. They've got diffusers. This little diffuser if you need it. Less points to hurt myself. Hello. So why the umbrella ones? Why do you need all those? Like, how many is that? 6, 8 more points? You used to see more efficient space wise too, I think. So there you go. My whole kit, because I've got a three-piece unit, right? It's got the big boom. Um, to do like, I wanted to set up key lighting, things like that. Um, I think I paid about $60 for all three. They're completely telescopic. Pick them up with one hand, as you see. All adjustable, all telescopic. Makes a huge difference. Yeah, thank you, Silver Hair. 550 Kelvin, 550K. I couldn't remember what the K stood for. Those are 5,500 to 6,500. Yeah, that's right. Sean does imitating Todd because all we see is his hands as he's showing his stuff. Yeah, so there you go. There's that. Okay. I can get this down. So Steve's home too. He just got home. He's downstairs, probably firing up his laptop to play some poker. Well, it's either these, it's either these epically awesome voyeuristic exposés of me listing, or it's lolcat videos. You guys choose. I need a few more hours by the 20th. Come on, please. Okay. Just going to go in and make a collage real quick. All right. Let's see. So it looks like resale value on these is about $30 to $40 on this with the canvas used. Extra large and extra large. Looks good. Pretty sure this is first class too, but I don't know. It's canvas and lined, got some metal hardware. Just double check it. Oh, snap. 1 ounce over. Okay, no change shipping. Changing shipping to priority flat rate envelope. Saving draft, switching to phone to add photos and up and list it, make active. Bye, Shanta. Okay. Switching the phone, picking up the draft. Adding photos. Well, so earlier something sold, so I'm not in hashtag, but I know what I can do. Go to my saved sellers. I follow myself, so to speak. Hashtag deal. Filter to sold. And there's what sold. Okay. A mug. Someone took the best offer. This is a nice one too. It's one of those trail of painted pony, one of that kind of art series. Wait a minute, let me get this right. It's one of those mugs. Wait a minute, let me find it. Yeah, there's a better picture. You guys have seen this kind of artwork of these mugs, right? You can still get a little bit out of those. So that's what sold earlier when I got the notification. I said, well, it must be hashtag deal because I'm on Mile High and nothing came through. So I will look at that. Wait, I'm going to show you guys something else. Look at this thing. This sold last week for $38. He's only about 12, I don't know, 12, 14 inches high. Huh. So we were talking about plush earlier. I had it 42, and I took best offer, I think, of 38. $38, and then $5.95 shipping. Because he's plush, but he had a plastic head. Thank you, Cindy. Okay. Now we will move on to women's clothing. And my mannequin is on a black box that is on like a plant roller thing. And then between her and the black box is a ball bearing turntable. I don't know what it was for. I found it at the thrift store. But if I didn't see it at the thrift store, I was going to go over to Home Depot. I just thought, you know how it is. It's at the thrift. It's at one of the thrifts, right? Just go find it. But anyways, I thought, well, let me just peek in real quick. But if not, I'll run over to Home Depot. But anyways, there it was. I don't know if it's for a stereo. Oh, I think it was one of those things you put on your desk, maybe for your computer or on a tabletop for your TV, so you can swivel it. Because it's a real good ball-bearing metal turntable inside this nice, I don't want to say wood. I guess it was wood or formica. Anyways, it was pretty big, but the turntable was only like this, just perfect for her. So Steve just cut it down for me. He kind of angled it so I wouldn't hurt myself. So, see, so, so she turns too, like that. And then, of course, everybody knows by now, my favorite video that I made her magnetic. So, there we go. All my fancy hangers. Let's see here. I want to do none of those. Go out here. I'm going to do this. I've had this for a while. This was from one of the mother-daughter road trips up in the mountains, and this should have already been listed. For real. Bad reseller. So you see how much easier that was, right? Instead of having to like put it in and then like, okay, match up the linkage. Ugh, forget that. Forget that. There we go. Easy peasy. Right? I wouldn't use this one either if it wasn't for the way that I modified it. I wouldn't. It's too much. That'd be too much. Too much. Must be. I need to take this down. I'm not going to use that anymore. And then the plant roller thing that the box is setting on. That's what it is, a plant roller thing. It was $6.99 at Ross. All wood. It looked like it was sturdy enough to hold her. I mean, she's not real heavy. That turntable piece is heavier than she is. And then she is on a metal base, but herself, she's hollow. All right, where was I? Pictures. Oh, that makes pretty pictures. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh, I see a string. I see a string. Now I want to show. I want to show. I'm not going to put on my white gloves. So I'm not going to put let my finger get in there. Easy peasy. I might show inside out too. And now I'm just going to come over here. I have these color wheels that I sometimes throw on things to help people determine colors. I know it's not foolproof still. Computer monitors vary, but it's an effort. I'm trying. I think it helps sometimes. I've got some good feedback on it. It shows people that I care. So I'm just, let me get it. Oh, I can't get it. Sorry, I can't get it. I just laid it on the chair and laid it on top to show the colors. I'll show you this way. Here, I'll show you this way. That's what I did to help them kind of determine the colors. It's more helpful on a funny color, like a funny pink. Because we're going to put pink, but really to us it might be salmon or rose. That's that's no good, and you definitely don't want to use that, like punch that in the item specifics. You want to always use from eBay's drop down. We talked about that earlier. Try to use as much terminology and wording that matches what their algorithm, how they've done their coding, or how they're telling us their search engine works, right? What little we know. Wasn't really so much necessary probably on this piece. It's got every color in the world in it. Itsy bags. Easy, easy. I'm gonna do you tomorrow. What is this? Okay. So, little satin kimono. Satin kimono shrug. That's what this is gonna say. Caught my hair. Ow. Ow. Seriously? $24, $26.32. All right, I took out some measurements on this. Didn't, you know, you don't need to worry about shoulder on this. It's a drop sleeve kimono type. And on length, I just put, 26 to 32, this and this, because it's uneven hem. I know that's first class. I don't have to weigh it, right? We know that's first class. It's under a pound. No need to weigh it. Save it. Switch to my phone. All right. Switch to the phone to finish it out. Might be able to show you guys the mountains now. I don't know if the clouds are covering them too much. Switching the phone to add pictures. And I already took, right? Oh, those are so pretty. That color is so bright. This one and that one. I only took about 6 pictures, so I went in and added 2 of them repeatedly. You can't do it at the same time. You have to go back in. And then like I said, I'll just crop on them so it looks like a different picture. I don't want just 6 pictures. I don't like to have less than, 8 or 10. Prefer to always do 12 with no tags or anything on that. So we'll just go in and crop some and it'll look like a different picture, right? Okay. Looks good. Looks good, looks good. Okey doke. Oh boy. I don't think I got this right. I think I messed that up. Did I? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I think I'll do one more. This one is new with tags, Aaron K. I don't think that's anything special, but it was new with tags. It's kind of artsy cute, right? Let me get it. So I'll twist front. I'll back up too. So cost me $2.50. This is cute and artsy. Makes me think of anthropology. It's silk too. It's 100% silk. Thought so. Makes me think of something anthro, but it's not. And my scissors. So cutting off the Goodwill tag. This means it was half price when I notch it like that. And again, the reason I'm saving it, I'm taping it onto the hanger. Got to know your cost of goods for inventory time. So, oops, it accidentally shut down the little notch that tells me I paid half price. I'll take that. Okay. So again, for inventory, I do not go and write all this stuff down in a spreadsheet. I've been in business before. At the level I'm at, that is not necessary. Spend all that time making this big spreadsheet of everything coming in, everything coming out. I've got my receipts for proof of money I spent, and this tells me how much I spent on items for my year-end inventory or whenever I need to do inventory. I'm not going to spend all that time with that other stuff. All right, last one. I'm going to make dinner. Probably do a couple merch t-shirts. I didn't do my 3 daily uploads yet today, so I want to do that. That's a numbers game, so I want to stay on top of my merch, right? I got teared up after the holidays, but you can only upload. Sorry, okay, I gotta not talk for a minute. Let me start over. This thing's got a twist front. Let me pay attention. Do it right. Okay. There we go. I should have slipped right over. That twist front's throwing me off. There we go. There we go. Okay. Where was I? Okay. So merch by Amazon. I got teared up, and that was great after the holidays when they opened the gates back up and let us let us upload some more. But they only let you do so many per day. So, and the faster, you want to tear up as fast as possible. It's a numbers game, right? The more you have out there, the more chances for getting sales and making good money off of Amazon merch t-shirts. So I'm plugging away. I don't want to miss I'm allowed to do 3 daily. I don't want to miss that because I'm halfway through to filling up that tier, and I have had sales. So typically what I've noticed is as long as you reach your limit and you've had a sufficient amount of sales to go with it, they tear you up again. So I really want to get tiered up a couple times before next holiday season, and I'm sure that will happen. But only if I'm a good girl, right? Wow, this top must really be small because my mannequin's small and having a hard time getting that on her. That's cute. That's small, but that's cute. I like how that looks sideways. Do this. over here, get some of these tags in the picture. New with tags is very good and important. I always take pictures of content, fabric content. Like in this case, it's a selling point. It's silk. So let people know what things are made out of, prove it, and how they take care of it. Try to tell them as much as possible, so they don't have to message us, right? They can't see it and hold it, so I try to tell them what I would want to know. Okay, well, that's about enough of me for today, right? Okay, so I don't know if this works or not for the hours. Chip Picker said yes, she thinks it does. I'll give it a couple days for it to update, and then I'll go see what it says. And I think later, or maybe after dinner, or I might just go watch a movie, eat dinner and watch a movie, or play some poker too. Let's just say tomorrow. I'll do it Ipsy. I'll unbox this, do Ipsy unboxing, and a quick sold video of the last 4 or 5 weeks. Okay, bye you guys. Thanks a lot. I'll talk to you later. Okay, stopping.